Okay, good morning everyone. Shalom Aleichem, Bruchim Haba. We're continuing in Mishmor Daf HaShavua. We're learning Siman Tzadi Beis, Sif Daled. We're in the middle of Sif Daled. The Mechaber said that you need to wash your hands with water if you have, and if you don't have, you got to go get. How long do you have to travel? Up to a Parsha. That is, if you are going on that road and the water is found in front of you, meaning on the way to where you're going. If you have to go backward, then you only have to go 18 minutes. Ad mil chayzer, yosim mil eina chayzer. However, the Mechaber said the importance of getting water is if you're afraid you're going to miss the Zman Tefilla, you should clean your hands with a pebble or with dust or anything that will clean it. So basically, Tefilla bizmanoi is more important than clean hands with water. But maybe we'll see. What about Tefilla with a Minyin? What about a Minyin? From the Mechaber, you might have said that it's more important to clean your hands than to daven with a Minyin. We'll see in the Mishnah not like that. In other words, Minyin would be more important than cleaning your hands with water. Says Mishnah Siv Katan Tazayin Lachsar, Ve'im yitztarech al yidei zalelch achar kach yechidi. If going to get the water means now you're going to have to travel by yourself, or you won't be able to get to your destination during the daytime, then you don't have to go back, not 72 minutes and not even 18 minutes. If it means traveling by yourself or not getting to your destination during the day, you don't have to do it. What about if you're in a car? If you're in a car or you're riding on an animal, if you're riding on an animal, the din would be as if you are walking. The same way you have to walk 70 up to a Parsha, it seems like you only have to drive or ride an animal up to a Parsha. Basically, it goes by the distance, not by the time, which is a big chiddush, because in a car, it's not a big deal to go a Parsha. It's only 4 miles. However, the Bir Halacha later on, Simkuf Samach Gimel writes that when you travel, it goes by the time that you walk by foot, a little bit differently. Now, this is something I believe we discussed before. Siman Tzadi Sivkatan Nun Beis. There we said. There we were talking about how far you have to travel to get a Minyin. Okay, not water. How far you have to travel to get a Minyin. Now, the Mishabura there says someone who is in his house, it's like going backward. What would the halacha be? Okay, so we understand in terms of walking, you would have to walk 72 minutes in the direction you're headed, or 18 minutes back. What about driving in a car? Is it driving a parson, driving a mill, or is it driving 72 minutes? So there we said, as follows. If you're driving in a car, the Dirshu quoted the Mishnah over here, that legabe netel yadayim letfila, that even when you're riding, we're mekel lefi the distance and not lefi the zman. However, legabe netel yadayim for a suda, there it goes by the zman. So why is it that by netel yadayim for tefila we go by distance, which is very lenient, because then with a car we get you off the hook easily, and when it comes to netel yadayim for a suda, we're machmer. Remember that stira? There's a stira between the Mishnah Berurah by netil yadayim for tefillah, netil yadayim for suda. By netil yadayim for tefillah, here he says it goes by distance, which is very lenient, because in a car you could travel the distance very quickly. But until Yadayim for a meal, it goes by time. So the Shevet Halevi has a tshuva on this. He says, Natil Yadayim for Suda, we're machmir, because it's an isser b'kom v'aseh to eat without Natil Yadayim. Mashenke Natil Yadayim l'tefila is not an isser b'kom v'aseh. So accordingly, if it would come to a minyan, you could also be lenient and judge it based on distance and not based on time. So it would come out a very big leniency. You're in a hotel. There's a minyan. You could get in the car 10 minutes away. But it's more than 4 miles. According to Shevet HaLevi, you wouldn't have to go. Meaning, we have a steer. We have a steer between Natil Yadayim l'tefila and Natil Yadayim for Suda. So the Shevet HaLevi says the chiluk is Natil Yadayim l'suda. If you don't wash, it's a isser kum v'aseh. So then it would come out very lenient legabe minyan. That's the shita of the Shevet HaLevi. Reb Chaim Kanievsky says, no, it's dafka by an animal where there's a big tircha to get on and off. But if you're in a car, it always goes by time. It never goes by distance. It's only by an animal. There for Natil Yadayim, for Tefilla, we're mekel, and we say it goes by distance. That's by an animal. But by a car, you'd always have to drive 72 minutes in the direction you're going, or 18 minutes in any direction. And that's how Rabbi Yoshev paskins, that for Tefillah l'tzibor, you must travel 18 minutes in your car to get a minyan. That's halach l'maisa. Okay? Halach l'maisa, you have to travel 18 minutes. Now, according to that you're machmir, l'chayra, you would also have to be machmir for water for davening, that if you have a car, you'd have to drive 18 minutes, even beyond a Parsha, to get water. In other words, there's a special leniency by an animal. An animal is a pain in the neck. Everybody knows to get on and off your donkey, it's a pain in the neck. But to get in and out of your car, it's not such a big deal. Memela halacha l'maisa, you would have to drive 18 minutes to daven with the minyan, and you would have to drive 18 minutes to get water. Okay, shkoich for that. Fine. Weiter. Hoylech baderech. Fine. Gamin chilik bein derech relative. Doesn't matter if it's an easy path, a hard path. The din that you have to go travel to get water is if you know there's water there. But if you're not sure, not. La achayrav. If you have to go backward, certainly if you're in your house, if you have to go back up to a mill, certainly if you're in your house, you have to travel if you know your hands are dirty. Many poskim say up to a mill, but a mill itself is like more, you don't have to go a mill. Now, this is only if you're not worried that this man tefillah is going to pass. Legamri. If you have a minyan where you are, and if you go after water, you're going to miss the minyan. Even though you have time, that means you have time and you won't miss tefillah bizmanoi. Ein tzarich lachzar. You don't have to go get the water, and you wash your hands with whatever will clean it. You could also wipe your hands on a garment. You could even wipe your hands on your own garment. We know there's an inyan that to dry your hands on your own garment, maybe it's kasha l'shikcha, but to wipe your hands on your garment, that's okay. Yenake yadav. B'tzrar, Ratzomer, the Inloy Lachzer Az Achar Hamayim. If you can miss this man tefillah, you don't have to go look for water. Shema Yavar Hazman, maybe this man tefillah will pass. V'choshken Lini Kriya Shema. Certainly for Shema, V'vadei Asur Le'lahamten Al Mayim, Im Yesh Chashash Shema Yavar Hazman. Certainly you're not to wait for water if you're afraid maybe this man will pass. Ali Yanake V'yikra, but rather you should clean your hands and say Shema. V'yesh Harei Poskim Shesavrim, Div Kriya Shema. Many Poskim hold that by Kriya Shema, take of Mishegia Aschal Hazmana, as soon as the time comes. If If you don't have water, just clean your hands and read. Don't wait for water. Meaning, not only should you not go look for water if it means missing Zman Kriya Shema, but even if it means delaying the Zman Kriya Shema, the Iker is to say Shema ASAP. And look later on Sin Reish Lamed Gimel, the Sham Vayar Zman HaMincha. There we will explain the Zman of Mincha, I guess, regarding cleaning your hands. Rabbi Isai, have a great day. Have an easy fast, everyone. Okay? Should be Zaycha to see Nechamas Sian Rishalayim. Kol Tov.
Recording stopped.
We'll see everybody Wednesday.